Welcome back to Eye to Eye with Elizabeth English. In this installment, I'll be talking about some of the key indicators of a healthy, high-achieving school. From the first time I came to Archer, it was clear to me that this school had a very healthy culture. And when we talk about culture, what we're really talking about are the norms of behavior or the norms of doing business. And at Archer, you can see, anytime you come on campus, that our students are very comfortable in their own skin. They're at ease and happy. And part of that is because we really strive to help students gain a self-awareness and an acceptance of their strengths and their weaknesses, and to cultivate an honesty about those strengths and weaknesses. In other words, it's okay to make a mistake at Archer or to fail at something, and the girls know that. Part of the reason they know that is that ultimately this is a very nurturing community. All students, whether they're boys or girls, need to feel like the adults who work with them every day care deeply about them, not just as students, but as whole human beings. And that is certainly a hallmark of an Archer education. Likewise, with the faculty, another key indicator of a high-achieving school is a vibrant professional community where teachers feel they can learn new things, try new things, make mistakes, and really collaborate as a whole faculty on the latest pedagogical techniques. We have an open door policy here in our classrooms, and teachers are often seen observing each other's classes and providing professional development to each other. So I would say that this sort of security that the students feel and the security that the teachers feel as well is the foundation for a very healthy school community. I've always seen that in the healthiest schools, when a parent expresses a concern, the school hears it as a desire for things to get better or as an opportunity to do more parent education. And that's certainly our approach here at Archer. We do a lot of parent surveying, and we take very much to heart what our parents tell us about their experience and their daughter's experience in the school. And so a willingness to be reflective on the part of the school is absolutely a key indicator of a healthy school. Equally important, of course, is having a spirit of innovation. I often say that our schools should be our most responsive, reflexive institutions, and instead they're among our most ossified. I've worked in a lot of different schools. I've worked in urban public schools, suburban public schools, charter schools, and a range of independent schools across the country. And what's interesting to me is that it seems that the schools with the most heritage are the least willing to change. And that's truly unfortunate, because right now we're at the epicenter of an educational revolution, in part because of technology, but also because we know from the research that the way we've been teaching isn't the most effective. Talking at students all day, asking students to sit passively is not the way that students learn in an enduring way. So I'm really proud of the fact that Archer, because we're a young school, has that spirit of innovation, is very committed to all the time re-examining what we do and what works best for students. When we use the phrase high achieving in schools, it often conjures what I call a false dichotomy in this country, which is that high-achieving schools, by their very nature, must be painful places. And believe me, I've worked in those schools. I've worked in some of the most prestigious independent schools in the country, and suburban public schools as well. And there seems to be this misperception that you can't have high achieving without inflicting a lot of pain on your child. 5-6 hours of homework a night. You know the scenario. And the fact of the matter is, we know from all the research that that kind of homework load and pressure and machismo, if you will, is ultimately detrimental to our girls. A macho school environment, even in a girls' school, isn't ultimately a high-achieving environment. It's an environment that leaves our kids burned out and deeply cynical about the road ahead. In addition to having a happy and safe culture for our girls, we also have a very rich, challenging, and highly integrated curriculum. A curriculum where our students are speaking Spanish and science, doing lots of writing and math, and at the upper levels really choosing their line of inquiry, whether it's in literary research or scientific research. And that is incredibly important for girls because we know that they make these connections naturally, and they also want very much for what they're studying to be relevant to their lives and to the lives of others. So we see them so deeply engaged in their work at Archer, and that, of course, is the ultimate indicator of a happy and high-achieving school. Beyond that, our girls leave here with some very key skills and habits of scholarship. And the first is that our girls uniformly are powerful writers, speakers, and presenters. And they're also scientists. They know how to conduct original research, to pursue a line of inquiry very deeply, to understand the importance of data and clarity in research. So our girls are so primed for college, but we do it in a way that's exciting for them and meaningful for them, and in a way that's going to make them lifelong learners.